Hey, hey, hey. What's up, Big
Oh my goodness, I don't even know how to start the show off. I don't even know how to start this show. Good morning. Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto. I'm King here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, most days, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. ish. And today is a ish day. Today's top stories. Holy smokes. It is a lot, people. I'm not gonna lie, buckle up. This is going to be at least a 45-minute show. I just knocked the mic off. I don't want the microphone to work. Let me make sure the microphone is working. Top stories of the day. Trump pardoned Silk Road creator Ross Ulbricht. That's why it's a 7 a.m. ish day. I had to make sure I was getting this information correct first before I said this out loud because I was like, I definitely don't want to jinx this guy. But that is right. Ross Ulbricht is officially getting pardoned or has officially been pardoned. I'm going to hit up his mom today to see if we can get him on the show or at least his mother back on the show ASAP to talk about this process. Coinbase launches Bitcoin backed loans through Morpho DeFi partnership. Wyoming proposes bill for strategic Bitcoin reserve. Crypto Godfather and LA cop plead guilty to tax civil rights violations. Trump meme coin makes record price run, possibly multiplying his wealth by 5x. The release of the meme coin, what it means for regulations. Trump's World Liberty Financial sells more marked up tokens after sold out pre-sale. Mark Uyeda named acting SEC chair among Trump appointments. El Salvador said, we're going to buy some more Bitcoin. Elon Musk says, we're launching Doge. Bank of America says, we want to enter Bitcoin and crypto if the regulations allow. SEC and Hester Pierce says, let's make a task force for digital assets. Going to keep on keeping on. And last but not least, U.S. court overturns Tornado Cash sanctions in pivotal case for crypto and more. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices to see what is going on with those, because I know you all are excited. That reached that all-time high the other day, huh? 108,000 and some change, almost $109,000 for the all-time high. Bitcoin's coming in hot, $104,781 up 1.44% on the day. Let me go ahead and blow that up for you all. Ethereum still can't do its own thing without Bitcoin, and I don't know why, but Vitalik Buterin just came back. I'm not going to cover it today. There's too many stories, but Vitalik Buterin just came back and doubled down and said, hey, this is my platform, this is my project, and this is my foundation. If y'all got an issue, there's the door. There's the door, and I'll let y'all know when something changes. Hey, Vitalik came out and said, I'll run this, and don't forget it. XRP, number three, $3.18, up 2.6%. Solana, $256, up 7.6%. Number 9, Cardano at 99 cents. I can't believe that, at 96, or excuse me, up 0.95%. Tron at 25 cents, up 7.3% right there. Interesting enough, Chainlink scooted up. Avalanche is back in the mix. Sui is in the mix. Toncoin has actually dropped. I want to mention that Toncoin has come out and said, hey, Telegram has come out and said the only crypto on our platform will be Toncoin. So there you have that. But all is looking good in the land of crypto. Fear and greed index is back up to a 66. Bitcoin dominance at a 57.41. Ethereum dominance. What I tell y'all, I said it the other day, expect it to happen more and more. Here's the deal. Ethereum dominance is at 11%, by the way. Here's the deal, folks. Let me close this out and tell y'all a little something. This is why I didn't want to do the show yesterday or like after inauguration election. Like, I didn't know how I felt either. And what I mean by that is we're in an interesting time right now. And it's like, and you've all experienced, I'm about to give you a great example. You've all experienced this. Right now, what's going on in crypto, it feels like my favorite underground rap artist, right? That none of y'all knew about. All right. No, not too many people knew about. You all, of course, knew about them, but the world didn't know about the rap artist. It was like, damn, man, I love listening to that music. Underground, but bumping in different areas. Like, who is that? Man, this is amazing, right? And then they go mainstream, right? They start dropping CDs. They're not doing small venues and clubs. Now they're doing concerts and stadiums, and it's just not intimate. It's just not. I mean, it's amazing. You're happy. It's your favorite artist. Like, you're happy. I'm glad they're making their money. They're getting the Grammys and they're world renowned. Whatever. Like, maybe it cost me $10,000 to see them now, where it used to cost me nothing. Right? I could just pull up to the club and see them play. Like, that's all that's going on with me and crypto right now, and me and Bitcoin. It's just all I feel like is like I've been listening to mixtapes for the last 6 or 7 years. I'm used to it, and now the CD finally dropped, right? And not only did the CD drop, the CD didn't even drop like on some organic stuff. It was like, no, Universal, one of them bought the, well, I ain't gonna say Universal. Shout out to Universal. I'll be back over there on Friday. So they've been paying me good the last few weeks. So I ain't gonna say nothing about Universal specifically. But basically, like, yeah, they signed with this big record company and they stripped them of some of their identity, right? Like, you can't do this anymore, you can't do that. We don't want you talking like this. You gotta start wearing this, but you can still do your raps and everything. You just gotta be different. So that's the only thing. That's how I feel today. That's how I've been feeling the last few days. I couldn't put it into words, but that's really how I feel. It's just like, dang, man, like the mixtape circuit was good on this. Like, we were getting away with things. It was good. Everything was perfect. And now it is officially mainstream. Now, here's the thing, and we'll get into it here in a second. Shout out. I want to make sure I say this. Shout out to Maccabee. Shout out to John Maccabee. If you actually are dead, rest in peace. Um, this is a person who was unjustly accused and charged and eventually even convicted. And he died in the process of going through these convictions and going through these charges, of course, in United States custody. But John Maccabee, for those who know, created the antivirus software, hugely popular. Interviewed him on this show before he was caught by the United States government and eventually committed suicide or died or whatever happened, right? And the reason why I want to bring him up and say this was wrong or what happened to him, because the same thing with Ross Ulbricht, what's been going on with him, is wrong, and we're gonna be talking about that in a second. But Maccabee died and was arrested, essentially was arrested by the United States and put all this pressure on him, all because he was tweeting about meme coins. All he did was tweet altcoins, Ripple today, whatever coin tomorrow, whatever coin the next day. He tweeted altcoins. The United States arrested this man, and eventually he committed suicide or they killed him. Who knows? Nobody knows the real story. Even his wife at the time was like, hey, this guy is not suicidal, whatever. But my point is, he had to go through all of that. And then in the end, the new president says, meme coin mania, baby. So it's one of those things where it's just like, this is why I push so hard back against laws, quote unquote, against these gangs that you all, oh my, President Trump, Kamala Trump, the way humans in America have been acting about the presidents, I fucking hate you all so much because you are really saying I need this adult male or female to run my and my family's life. All right. But I just gotta talk about this rant because it was so wrong the way Maccabee died and the way what happened to him through this government. And now we're celebrating this. So this is what I mean by the mixtape to the CD. When Maccabee was listening to the mixtape, oh, y'all turned out profanity in that ruckus. Now all of a sudden y'all playing it on the radio. Like, come on. That's one. And then two, let's go ahead and talk about the top story of the day because this is a second person. If you want to listen to government and law, which is again the subjectivity of your peers, of other individuals and humans who you may be better than or not, whatever, but it is subject to them. These same people said we're going to imprison a man with 2 life sentences for nonviolent crimes for internet website. I can't get behind these gangs. I can't get behind these other humans. I never will. Like, I will never do it. I'm sorry. I can't. Maybe I'm up next for a life sentence, but I just can't get behind. These are the same people who will lock you up and then come back 8 years later, 10 years later, after they slowed your motion down. You ain't got no more chili on your cheese dip. And then they saying, all right, well, hey, you free and we made a mistake. Or maybe we even make a mistake, but you're free now. You can go. Sorry, Maccabee, we killed you. Ross, sorry, we wasted the last 12 years of your life. All right, y'all can go ahead. Y'all can go home. No harm, no foul. Not to mention, y'all boy Biden. Shout out to Biden. Hey, I told y'all I like me some real gangsters. Now I'm a fan of Biden. Biden pardoned his whole family before he left office. Gang, 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 gang. Because that if it don't get more gang than pardoning your entire family before you're accused of a crime, I don't know what it is. And Trump did it too. They're all doing it, people. They're all doing it. Just like they're all eating cats and dogs. They're all gangsters in suits. Okay. I just want to reiterate this hard fact to you. They're gangsters in suits, the whole lot of them. It doesn't matter who you vote for. They're all chucking and jiving and shaking hands together when it's all said and done. You all can keep arguing about who's the most powerful, who is going to win the election. Nothing will change. All right. U.S. President Donald Trump has followed through on his promise to pardon Ross Ulbricht, the founder of the online drug market Silk Road, who's in prison for over a decade. I mean, listen, folks, you got an all-time high. You got a meme coin from a president, and then you got a Ross Ulbricht pardon. I say this again, as I already said before he took office. If he didn't do anything else, he already did enough. It is official. The only thing that he can do wrong now is what I'll be talking about toward the end of the show with Hester Pierce, and that's creating a whole new slew of crypto agencies to come after crypto. But as it stands now, President Trump administration has done right by crypto. Once again, this is the second time I'm saying this. as it stands now, everybody can sell and be happy. All this, well, I lost a few $1,000s, not 108, 109,000. But as it stands, the Trump administration has been a W for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He just released Ross Ulbricht, folks. Do you know what type of precedence this is resetting? They tried to set precedence the first time when they gave him those 2 life sentences. That you scare off all the, yeah, y'all want to create these websites? Now they freed him. This is amazing news. And along with this news, which I'll be covering in a second, I'm over here looking for the article. Is also the tornado cash and all that stuff. Looked like that was turned around in court as well, or that was appealed. So we'll be talking about that as well. But by and large, again, if you are new to the space and you do not know who Ross Ulbricht is or why this is so big, Google Silk Road. They made movies about it. Essentially, he created a website. You can sell anything on that site. Even the movie Dope did something about it. Essentially, it became popular because people were selling drugs and guns and all types of illicit goods on there. The same you could do on Craigslist and some other websites as well. Let's not forget what was being sold on Craigslist. It was the trafficking of humans, not of items. But my point is that you could buy anything you want with Bitcoin. The United States ended up arresting Silk Road. First, it was this whole entrapment thing where they set him up, and then supposedly he was paying to have someone killed, but the person he paid to have killed wasn't even a real person. And this is where it gets muddy and convoluted. It was like Secret Service agents and FBI agents involved, and they were stealing Bitcoin from him, and they were paying people to get killed. And then maybe they did kill somebody, or maybe they actually did kidnap and rob somebody. So it got super convoluted. The Secret Service agent, and I believe like the FBI agent, whatever, they were sentenced to prison terms as well. So it wasn't just Ross, but Ross Ulbricht, where this happened at in California. Of course, the Southern District of New York got him by the nuts, and they decided, see, I'm using profanity today. It is what it is. They decided to sentence him in New York out of California's backyard. Makes entirely no sense. But somehow New York grabbed a guy out of California. California allowed it. And then they sentenced him to 2 life sentences for internet crimes. Like at the end of the day, for internet crimes, man's got 2 life sentences. No, he got 2 life sentences because he figured out how you can buy, sell, and ship anything on the planet pseudo-anonymously with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. That is why he got the 2 life sentences. So again, shout out for Ross Ulbricht. Shout out to Lynn Ulbricht. If you missed that episode, I had Lynn Ulbricht on the show. So just type in Lyn Ulbricht. She's been on the show before when we were trying to get signatures. The first go round of Trump administration, she was trying to get him pardoned. It didn't happen. I will admit, it caught me off guard. He pardoned Kodak Black. I'm like, I know you need that money and votes in Florida, but damn, you gonna leave Ross in there? But he doubled back and he freed him again. And for anyone pushing back against this, anyone who pushes back against this needs to literally slap the hell out themselves 10 times, because you can't sit here and say, okay, Trump went through his legal issues, uh, and he's pardoned the people he's pardoned and he's in office. Then you have Biden, who's some of his family has went through legal issues and he's pardoned, but others who haven't even went through the legal issues, he's pardoned. So you again, if it's going to be gangster going on, it's across the board. Stop locking people up, especially for life sentences. This is crazy. And then for those who are in this crypto space or any other space where you consider yourself a political prisoner, 10 toes down. Yeah, you might get locked up. It sucks. I know a lot of famous people did who's changed the world. Sit your ass in there, get on a program, and then when that appeal come through or the next president come through in 10 to 12 years and send you home, you ain't tripping. You come home a hero. You come home with grace, all right? You might have to stand 10 toes down for this crypto shit, though, okay? That's what it is. I just called the mother of Ross William Ulbricht to let her know that in honor of her in the libertarian movement, this is President Trump being quoted, which supported me so strongly, it was my pleasure to have just signed a full and unconditional pardon for her son, Ross, Trump said in the January 21st post on True Social platform. Again, shout, listen, like this is the type of stuff we wanted to see from an administration that backed crypto, regardless of it was Biden, Kamala, Trump. This is what we wanted to see, and we're seeing it. Here's the X or thread, I guess, on his own truth.com as well. Again, 2013 sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for his role in the operation and creation of the Silk Road, a website. Double life sentences for a website. I will never get over this. I will never get over this because, again, shout out to Ross, shout out to Lynn. I can say this now. I didn't want to say this the first time. I don't think I said it because I didn't want her spirits to be broken. But I'm going to tell her next time I talk to her. I would have been crashed. I would have crashed on the government if I was her. If I was Ross, I would have been crashed all the way out. Y'all would have been reading about this. historically. Y'all remember 10, 12 years ago, that one guy, XYZ, everything? Yeah, because ain't no way, no how I'm getting 2 life sentences for creating an internet website. What? This is why they keep doing it. This is why they keep doing what they do, the governments of the world, because they keep finding people that's going to go. Listen, what's the old boy in Tinium Square when that lady slapped his ass over there in Egypt and he set himself on fire and started the whole uprising for an entire region for like the next 10, well, really, I would say the next 10 years, but it's been going on since then. So when did that happen? In 2010, 2015, 2008, or no, probably 2012, 2020. Let me know Tiananmen Square. Or was that the Chinese one? I can't remember. What's the one where Buddy lit himself on fire in the Middle East? My point is, it took one person to say, I'm not going to take it anymore. And he set this whole thing up. All right, listen, somebody gonna have to be the martyr. All right, if I get popular enough, believe me, I would do it with a smile on my face. But the buck has to stop. What else we got going on? Again, that's Ross Ulbricht. We got to talk about Tornado Cat again. The administration has already won. This is what I think is going to happen really quick too. I've already said this. Trump is going to pave the way for crypto greatness, I think, folks. The CD is out. But what happens after every artist releases a couple of CD? Like, come on, entertainment, 3 to 5 year run. 3 to 5 year run that aligns with Trump's presidency. In 4 years, he's gone. What happens after 3 to 5 years for most entertainers and athletes, right? Boom, boom, it gets whacked. So essentially, what I think is going to happen is we'll see that same thing where we see this greatness of crypto if we don't dip before he leaves. But afterwards, the next administration that comes, if they're not coming out initially saying that we're proponents of crypto and fans of it, you better believe they're about to reverse all this type of stuff. Like, and I'll say that because things like this, where you're getting these great rulings for Tornado Cash and Ross Ulbricht and things of the sort, you better believe there's somebody pissed off on the other side, or their money's being affected. That's saying, fine, 4 years, we're going to make sure it'll be in some literature. If you create any type of internet company with crypto, XYZ will happen as well. So, no, hold on. I ain't setting myself on fire. I say I'll be a martyr, not on fire. No, hell to no, hell to no, 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 no. I ain't going that far. No, sir. Listen, you can crash a car while burning it up, can't you? All right, U.S. court overturns Tornado Cash sanctions and pivotal case for crypto, which I just canceled out because I'm like that sometimes. Let me see if I can bring that back up. Did I cancel it? I think I actually closed it. Let me bring that up. There we go. All right. U.S. court, Tornado Cash. If you remember, Tornado Cash founder was in jail, prison, because they was mad that he created a website just like Ross Ulbricht. They said, we're going to unfairly arrest you or kidnap you as well. So in a win for crypto privacy technologies, a U.S. court in Texas, bang, bang, shout out to Texas, has overturned Tornado Cash sanctions. These are things that make me like you, Texas. A U.S. court has overturned the sanctions against the Tornado Cash cryptocurrency mixing protocol, and decision that could signal a shift significant toward more innovation-friendly regulations for privacy-preserving technologies. This actually makes sense as well, that this happened within the same 24 to 48 hours. People, they're communicating. The Trump administration is there, and it sounds like they're kicking ass. They're like, hey, Ross is free for one, two, or one of these happened first. I feel like either this was overturned or Ross was like, or the conversation, at least the conversation of overturning it in the Tornado Cash or freeing Ross Ulbricht had to happen simultaneously, because it's like similar things. But the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, originally sanctioned Tornado Cash in August of 2022, similar to what they did to Ross Ulbricht. Again, it's not even about it being a right and wrong and a good and evil. It is literally a business, the United States government being business A, trying to slow down business B, the people and freedom. Business B being Tornado Cash, free website, anybody can use. Business B being Silk Road, a free website, anybody can use. Yes, there was illicit things being sold, but there are also some very normal things being sold: t-shirts, pencils, whatever, anything, right? So this isn't a whole good versus evil. This is, your business is disrupting my business. My business is the American government. I want to be able to tax everything I can and takes everyone's money. Why? Because the system, while it can work and do great things, it's been hijacked by a lot of foreign adversaries, if you will. So, and these foreign folks want to take all our money. All right. So essentially, all these people are doing are creating websites. Business B and business A, the government is saying, well, that's not fair, we can't tax it. But essentially, as far as good and evil, nothing bad is actually happening. The sanctions led to the arrest of Tornado Cash developer Alexei Pertsev, who was found guilty of money laundering by Dutch judges at the, I'm not going to try to explain this or sound this word out, Court of Appeal May 14th of 2024. He was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in prison for laundering 1.2 billion in illicit assets through the platform. Again, they're saying if any money goes to this platform and we don't know where it comes from, which no one will because there's no compliance protocols on DeFi platforms, then they're considering money laundering. So essentially, they probably just looked at platform volume and said, oh, wow, your platform did $1.2 billion of volume the last 12 months. Well, we're charging you with $1.2 billion of money laundering. So that's the way that more or less likely worked. And a significant legal development, though, the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Texas reversed the OFAC sanctions. According to a January 21st court filing, the court ruled. Oh, and by the way, people, I just want to pat myself on the back now. I think for like legitimately the 8 years straight, I've called it. Nothing starts in America until after my birthday, people. How you think I've been noticing? I noticed when I was in the military. I'm like, oh, you tell me every year the first 3 weeks is gonna be slow? Yep. Right until after Martin Luther King Day. After that, 19th. Oh, yeah. So all this stuff is happening on the 21st. They literally waited until after the holiday and came back in and had hella conversations on the first day. That's hilarious. But getting back to it, it is ordered and adjudged that the judgment of the district court is reversed and the cause was remanded to the district court for further proceedings in accordance with the opinion of this court. That's right. All you need is one judge. You need one judge. Uh, and of course, during his March 24 trial, Pertsep argued he couldn't be held liable for the actions of users who use the Tornado Cash protocol for illegal activities, the same way banks are liable for humans who use their ATMs for illegal activities as well. So again, it's completely ridiculous. It makes zero sense. But you see here, OFAC overstepped its congressional authority, Tornado Cash plaintiffs say, and the courts actually agree with it. So shout out to Ross Ulbricht, shout out to Tornado Cash, shout out to the First Amendment, which is also software, which is also websites, which is also code. All it is First Amendment rights. I can write something in a journal, I can say it out loud like I'm doing now, and then I can put it in code, and whatever pops up on that website screen, because I know a lot of y'all don't understand the technology. But all that happens is you put in random characters like you would write a book or a journal onto the screen and you press enter, and then boom, you get Restream, you get a live show on YouTube, you get TikTok. So that is what code is. That is protected under the First Amendment right, the same way your speech is, or if you wrote something in a journal would be. So the fact that you gave one guy 2 life sentences for writing in a journal and then pressing enter online, and then you try to give another guy 5 or 6 years for doing the exact same thing, for writing in a journal online and pressing enter, and then the website gets getting created. Like, you can't do that. Again, I want to go back to the fact that this is 2025 and we're kidnapping and imprisoning humans all because they're fucking with your bottom line. Oh, 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 oh. Mm-mm-mm. And y'all want me to listen to people I don't know and follow laws and regulations that I give zero F's about. Hilarious. Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious. But do what's right for you and your family and your kids. What was that old Jay-Z line? When he said, whatever you do got you sitting in the bleachers. He said, you're listening to your teachers got you sitting in the bleachers. Come on, say it ain't true. Listening to your teachers got you sitting in the bleachers. Boy, oh boy, I ain't sat in the bleachers in forever. We got them club boxes. Hyben17, thank you for the tip. Says covering the cost of profanity because it's worth it. Shout out to you, King, for helping to get Ross out. You know what? Turn that around. Shout out to you, Warriors, for helping to get Ross out. I want to make sure that's stated. And I'm sure Lynn will reiterate it. I said that word wrong because I got too much going on there. I don't know the word. She will reiterate it. That's where I couldn't say the other day. Thanks in the chat. I know y'all about to say it. She will reiterate this as well. But when she was coming around for those signatures, folks, that was a big deal, you all. That was at the time. The Bitcoin conference that just happened is where I met her at. So say 2021, 2022, or whatever. Or excuse me, 2020, whatever. Like, that was a big deal to go for this pardon or whatever. And you all did a great job of helping getting those signatures from years ago until now. So shout out to all you Warriors as well. I'm sure she'll be very appreciative, as well as Ross. I mean, it'll be amazing if we can get Ross on here also. Let him know we've been in this corner as well. So we'll see. All right, let me keep going and stop ranting, because if I keep ranting, this is definitely gonna be a 2-hour show. What about poor Adam Bankman? He gonna get the call from the red phone. Hey, listen. Are you talking about is that Bankless. Is that Bankless? It's funny you talking about the Ethereum stuff. It's funny because they said somebody named Ryan something or something Ryan were one of the top candidates. I was like, I know they ain't put one of them Bankless shields in there, but it was somebody else. But I was laughing like I don't know what. Biden should have pardoned Trump just to say he did. So here, also really quick, I called this too, and I want to make sure I'm putting this out there. I want to put this energy out there. I put this energy out there back in 2016. It was great for me. I want to put this energy out there again. I said this in during his run, and then afterwards, I'm talking about President Trump during the 2016 cycle and everything. And I even said if he were to come back now, I said this is actually a good thing because the guy has so much drama and BS going on. He won't have time to worry about us and small businesses. That's why I say I literally saw the effect of that. And from 2016 to 2020, y'all talking about tax returns and Stormy Daniels in court. He want to come after small businesses. That $600 thing didn't start until Biden. Biden started the whole invasive on small businesses and no privacy, and we want all your money. Meanwhile, BlackRock's buying up every fucking single family home and condo in America, but small business $600. That's the problem, right? That's the problem. Told you I'm trying not to rant. Okay, try not to rant. But seriously, I kept saying, and you all heard me say on this show multiple times. Some of y'all have pushed back. I was like, no, this was still. And I kept saying the dude got so much going on, he won't have time to monitor us. I think this is about to be a now times like it's hyperbolic, people. Like Trump has so much going on now. We'll talk about in a second how it's going to affect regulation. He launched a meme coin. They arrested McAfee for talking about meme coins. He launched one. He will have no time to stop anything we're doing, nor will he have the energy or will or want to stop anything we're doing. All right. Wild West is back. I am signaling the Wild West of crypto. You're about to see some things here I've been working on in the background. I already talked to some people. We've tested some things. It's about to be meme coin mania here too, people. You're all going to win. Don't worry. Everyone on this channel is going to win after this cycle for sure, for sure. But my point is this: it, there won't be no time for this whole taxes and IRS shit. Ain't gonna be time for no what small business is doing right or wrong. Listen, don't kill nobody. Don't drive drunk. You good for the next 4 years. All right. He is about to have his hands full. You think he's not about to get a whole tax part two issue coming? All right. You just 5 times your wealth in meme coins. I know you're not about to pay taxes on that. Stop it. You're not paying $500 million of taxes to President Trump and the administration. Like it's not going down. So he's about to have the same issues he just had again. You think he ain't getting a little something on the side? It ain't gonna be a stormy part two. We're about to have a stormy part two. We're about to have a tax issue part two. They're going after him for meme coins. They're saying the way he's filling cabinets and starting departments like Doge is illegal and wrong. They're going after him for that. California sued him the first day. He will not have time for small businesses, specifically those in the crypto sector. Just be semi conscientious and clean as far as what you do. I mean, damn, don't be on centralized exchanges trading 100K and taking it out and not giving nothing to Uncle Sam, right? Don't go crazy with it. But by and large, it won't be time to come after us little folks. All right. This is good stuff. Speaking of little folks, Coinbase says we don't want any competition. They launched a Bitcoin backed loan through Morpho DeFi partnership. This, all right, I'm not going to read the story, but the headline was important. The reason why I'm not going to read the story because it doesn't even sound or seem right. Coinbase launching anything through with a DeFi partnership. You are no longer DeFi if you're doing a partnership with Coinbase of all people. Like I mean, I guess like what are you going to have it on the back end or something? Like, well, you can access it through Coinbase. Technically, I just don't trust it. I do not trust it. And the reason why, here's the deal. Like from a technical point of view, yes, a DeFi and a centralized company can partner together and not cross paths for the most part. I mean, technically, the partnership itself makes it not really DeFi unless there was a big vote. And granted, I won't read it. I'll scroll through. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just going to scroll through just in case I see something as I'm speaking out loud and show you all this awesome maximizing my ability to multitask. But finally, yeah, so they had tapped a decentralized finance protocol Morpho to facilitate the lending process. Here's the thing, like, and see, and this is my point. They even break it down, like collateralized, uncollateralized. Okay. Um, Here's my thing. Coinbase cannot be DeFi, period. They are a publicly traded company. Everything that go on, their shareholders need to know about. the government, the regulators, they want to know about so on and so forth. So while they may have partnered, they may be doing what I just explained, and that's just flying under the radar. They may be doing this saying, please, government, don't stop us. Please, government, don't stop us. Please, government, don't stop us. I think so. If this is real, that is what they're doing. Let me be clear. This is real and there's no funny business. They are literally just launching this, hoping that Trump and his team ain't paying attention. They get away from it. Because if you remember, they tried to do lending a few years ago and the SEC slapped them for it. They was like, no, we never said y'all were regulated or y'all can do lending. We just said that you all can go public. All right. So that's the first thing. If this is real and there's no funny business, they're not supposed to be doing this, and they're only doing it because of everything I just explained, which is that they think Trump will be so busy and that administration will be so busy, no one's going to notice them doing this. A, and then B, they have this cop out where they're like, well, technically it's not us, it's just a partner platform we are doing, right? That's the first thing. Second thing is the reason why I don't trust it is because when those regulators come knocking, which I still think they will come, that whole spew I just gave about Trump being too busy and not paying attention, that's for us little people. That's for you. That's for retail. That ain't for Coinbase. No. Oh, you're huge. That's not for you all. That's for the little folks. So Coinbase thinking this move won't be noticed or won't be talked about. I think they have it wrong here. I think the regulators are going to come back within a month, 2 months, and they're going to be like, yeah, we saw that article too. You didn't talk to us. And you know what? Here, how about this? And F, I won't say F because it's not his fault. Whoever owns the Fat Joe song, I can't remember which record company it was. They literally put listen, first of all, they're attacking my channel again, people. Every day my channel's getting hit from every direction on YouTube. It's so messed up, but whatever. I haven't been saying anything publicly about it because I don't make my money from YouTube, so I don't trip. But it's been crazy lately. One thing that's been happening, I told you all that with that one video. I can't think of his name. My fault. I can't think of his name right now. I can't think of the video. I'm sorry. I can't think of the video. But the one video they went ahead and backwards banned from years ago because they said he was talking about COVID or whatever. Probably they said medical, whatever. Somebody help me in the comments. I'm just having brain freeze. But essentially, that was like the first video as of recent. They went back years ago, but since then, it's been like 3 or 4 other videos they've been trying to tag. And one of which was one I did recently, all because I put my favorite thing on there.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing.
I can't even do that whole sound clip because that is at the beginning of a Fat Joe song. So now they're trying to say essentially Fat Joe owns that entire sound clip or his record company, which of course is ridiculous since that sound clip came out of a movie first. But YouTube has been going crazy on me lately. I don't know why, but that's my point. Listen, you know, the regulators are going to want their taste. Everybody's going to want their in. And at the end of the day, Coinbase is a centralized platform that is being regulated. So them having a DeFi component on there is not okay. And this is me being a DJ and telling you I already know it's not okay. So you better believe when the regulators catch wind of this, it will not be okay. So again, if they're doing it on their own, however they're doing it, I'm assuming they're thinking they won't get caught. But by and large, I wouldn't trust a centralized platform and back loans. I would just stay like, because my thing is, yes, it exposes people through it by bringing Coinbase volume to the DeFi side. But honestly, most of the people don't even know how to use DeFi or using like the likes of Coinbase. If you're using centralized exchange like Coinbase, you probably don't even know what you're doing on DeFi. So again, like I see more misses, bad things happening than good things. I see more people losing a shit ton of money and this becoming a headline and the next big thing to dip the market than I do see a lot of people say, hey, I got my home mortgage or my car loan through this Bitcoin backed loan partnering with Coinbase. I don't see that yet. The technology is there, the education is not. All right, let me see what else we got going on. I'm gonna check these comments because I see the comments been going crazy today. Golf of America, you know it, baby. Yeah, we about to rename all this. Yeah, people saying they saw that pic of Ross on X. They didn't think it was real. Listen, I didn't think it was real either. I'm still not believing in that. Again, that's what was taking me a minute before the show. I almost wanted to hit up his mom because I'm like, I do not want to rant and report about this. And then yeah, like, and it's not real. Yeah, same thing. Somebody said Zyro said they said no crypto order signed. Then I seen Ross parted, and I'm like, there it is. Exactly. First day, people. Tornado Cash and Ross Ulbricht first day. They don't need to do anything else. That's what we needed. And this is what I be talking about when all the it was with Black Lives Matter stuff back in the day. The United States painted Black Lives Matter on Hollywood Boulevard, and then they were all wearing dashikis in Congress and stuff. Super weird, super weird. All this the painting in Hollywood did was slow down traffic. It wasn't cool. No one liked it. Like it was literally taking up 2 or 3 lanes. for like half a mile that said Black Lives Matter. Like, that's not doing anything. Change a court case, change a ruling. That does something. So, and this is what I mean. The dashikis and the fist up, and no, brother, don't talk to me. I don't want no words. Put your words on paper, like the judge did when they said, "Hey, you free to go home." That changes everything because now, which has already happened, all the Silk Road copycats, and sure enough, here soon, all the Tornado Cash copycats, whack-a-mole. You can't stop it, nor will they even try to stop it now, which also does something from a technological point of view. I'm super excited about. I was talking about this yesterday with somebody. It's going to allow the technology to get even better faster. The reason why tech slows down sometimes because you arrested developers. You arrested the guy who created Tornado Cash. You arrested the guy who created Silk Road. You put him in jail for 13 years. How much innovation and technology was lost to that? Think about this. He created Silk Road and was ahead of the curve before people even knew about Bitcoin, right? You let this guy work for another 10 years with his money. So he already had 100 million at least. Another 10 years of being in technology with $100 million under your belt. You don't create nothing else. I find that extremely hard to believe. He doesn't create any other product. He doesn't build on Silk Road. We don't get something so innovative, fast, and efficient as far like I saw somebody in the comments say, what if Amazon essentially became Silk Road? Like, what if he was like the person able to bridge that gap between Amazon and the crypto world? Like, he was there. He created Amazon for crypto. So again, 10 more years, 100 million more dollars. Where would have Ross Ulbricht been today as far as business? So this is the stuff where it's just like, I sued the government. I being free wouldn't be enough. Now, granted, I wouldn't do it. I would have to figure out the terms because I wouldn't want to do it while Trump was in office. Like, that's kind of like that handshake deal where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be the one to pardon you, but technically I represent the government right now, so you can't sue the government because you'd be suing me in front of everybody. Like, so it would be interesting to see if he waits, but I hope there is no statute of limitation. I hope he does wait or do it now, whatever. But I want to see him sue the American government and win. My man's look, how much crypto y'all take from him? Give him a little taste back. Give him a taste back, man. Come on, to give him a taste of that back. Jump out girl, shout out. It's snowing in Florida. Ross is free, and one Bitcoin is still one Bitcoin. Shout out to the jump out girls. That says it all right there. Let's see what else we got going on. Laura said, who cares about Ross when the executive orders? Who cares about Ross where's the executive orders at for crypto? Laura, you listen, you've been a negative Nancy, Laura. You've been looking for reasons to knock this thing down since it started. Nope, I'm not letting you do it, Laura. Call in Friday if you want for F Bitcoin Friday, but I can't let you do it. It's already a dub. Like, what else do you need right now? He's leaving it alone. That's it. The executive order for crypto for me is him launching Trump coin. Like, what other order do you need? My man's launched a meme coin. That is the order. Like, hey, to me, this is how people keep getting wrapped up. All right. Y'all like, to me, Lord, that's the same mindset of the people who said, how is he the president? He's a felon. So what? Are you going to stop it or do something? No, no one is. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's the Wild West is back in America, baby. Do what you want. Don't get caught. All right. Like, the Wild West is back. Let's see. He wouldn't pardon their own people. He wouldn't even pardon their own people. Everyone does it. Yeah, that's nasty work. Jail and dying for shilling a coin. But Elon was doing it like crazy, talking about Maccabee and Elon. I'm going all the way back in these comments. I saw a ton of them. Hey, shout out to Time to Focus, says ladies and gents. Oh, okay. You got a new coin, you shilling. There we go. Maccabee Resurrection incoming. All right, here's a free coin. Here's a free coin right here. Let's do the Maccabee coin. We need a Maccabee coin. Is there one out there? Let's see. If Aubrey got caught because he left his laptop open in public, he a wild guy. No, like the movie said, I think they distracted him when he was on his laptop, and before he could actually close it, is when they grabbed him. Like, they rushed him. Like, one person rushed him, one person rushed the laptop, and boy, I say one person, I mean like 3 and 3, 2 and 2. So like, he was rushed from what I hear. But hey, he's free. I'm sure if it's not on our platform, if it's not here on another platform, he'll give that full story. So hopefully we can hear about hopefully we can hear from his mouth what exactly happened. I'm sure he probably won't go into super detail. It'd be interesting if he does, but I doubt if he goes into super detail about it because it's like kind of poking the bear. Some people don't want to do it. All right, yeah, here it is. Jake said, real talk, if Amazon started to allow illegal drug sales on their website, someone will go to jail for conspiracy. Don't crash out. You're my go-to for my crypto news source. Could make the movie amazing though. Let's see. Roll in the baby oil dunk tapes. You all are hilarious. Vance is the Manchurian candidate. Why you think he been so quiet? I can actually see that. Vance has been, listen, he playing his role a little bit too well, but he is younger. So to be real, like if I was in the office right now as like a VP, it'd be the same thing. Like you got to play your role. And I would say people of our generation, millennials who are at that level, millennials at that level, I would say are smart enough to know when and where to play the role. Like we're okay with playing the game. It's other like it's the generation, it's boomers who don't like playing the game. And it's Generation Z up after us who definitely don't like playing the game. A lot of millennials don't have an issue playing the game. Like, yeah, a lot of millennials I know, we play the game. We'll play the game. Yeah, we'll shake some hands, kiss some baby, smile, whatever. Yeah, just no disrespect. Let's see what else we got going on. Stargate. Okay, really quick. Let's talk Stargate. How is it going to affect the crypto market? I think it's going to make the crypto market more expansive. I think it will make it more efficient and more at home. Now, to be clear, I think by and large, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't even know the whole full totality of it because it's new Stargate, it's a new program. Trump just came out and said, hey, we're going to be able to find, basically it sounded like somebody was comparing it to the girl who did Theranos, where it says one drop of blood, we're going to be able to tell you if you got cancer and this and that and other. So they're saying, hey, we'll be able to diagnose untreatable diseases and finally treat them. Now, I'll be fair, I do think this is coming, whether it's right now or another 5 to 10 years. It is coming when AI and machine learning. Yes, you will be able to diagnose, and because essentially all you're saying is, let's say this could be 10,000 possibilities of diseases. Well, that's low. Let's say it could be 1,000,000 possibilities. Well, every year humans are passing on their work from the last generation, the last year, saying, all right, I'm at 100,010. All right, you're at a 200,013. All right, they're at 300,000 now with machine learning and AI. We can just input them all on a computer and say, all right, we just did 10 million different variations in 5 minutes. So yes, the technology will be here one day. I do think we'll be able to cure things. It was a movie. I think it was one with Matt Damon. They was going to outer space or whatever. You go into a machine, it scans your body and it heals you. I'm the type of person who think this type of stuff is possible in the future from a technological point of view. So with that being said, I understand what he's saying with Stargate and what he wants to happen. I think they'll accomplish 2% of that. So everything they want to do for Stargate, I think they'll at most get 2 to maybe 5% done. It'll be somewhat a dead project, but they'll harp on that one little small success they'll get, and the rest of the money will be laundered. Listen, you know how this show goes. Let's not act silly here. Yes, I'm not saying he's a good guy, folks. I'm saying they're all the same. That's all I'm saying. You can't complain. I don't want to hear people complain about one without complaining about the other. That's all I'm saying. So yes, I do think yeah, Wild West. So Jake said he got a new loophole. He can pardon himself before he even gets charged. Biden opened that door. I agree. I'm about to go crazy with Trump meme coins and everything else. If I were Donald Trump, I will go crazy. Trump coins, my third girlfriend, and not paying taxes. And then on my last day, boom, nobody's going to jail. What are you talking about? These are real gangsters. This is what they do. All right. Let me get back to the show. I'm just over here talking mess. Y'all know how I am. I'm a ranter. I get to rant and raving early and I roll out of bed and I rant. All right. This is me at 7, 8 a.m. Could y'all imagine me at 1 p.m.? Do you understand why I was playing football in the military and why my energy is crash out energy? I need to stay away from other humans. Everybody was like, you didn't protest when the protest came to LA. I'm like, hell no. If somebody touched me, man, I'm going crazy outside. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not going to walk myself into jail if I don't need to. Like, let me know when they start. I always tell people, and I'll tell you all this too. If you all ever feel that in danger or if it ever gets that bad with the government and anything else and the shooting starts, then call me. I'll come outside when the violence for real kicks off. Until it's not violent, I'm not taking none of y'all serious, to be honest. I don't take you all that serious until it gets violent. So let me know when it gets violent. Until then, I'll be making jokes about both sides and enjoying life because that is what you're supposed to do instead of get involved. Coinbase launches Bitcoin-backed loans. I already talked about Coinbase. Wyoming, really quick. Wyoming is in the news. Story is in the headline. Wyoming proposes bill for strategic Bitcoin reserve. To me, this is only signaling. Of course, you have to do the bills to actually get things done as far as government here when it comes to legislation. But really, these bills are just signaling to other states to say, hey, yeah, I'm in too. So far, if I remember off the top of my head, you have Alabama, you have Texas, and you have Wyoming for sure, who all want strategic Bitcoin reserves. People, that's 3, and one of them is really big. And let's get to 6 or 7. We get to 6 or 7. I mean, well, because I mean, was it 54? Is it 10, 20, 30, so 12? Um, I would say, let's say, yeah, 6 or 7 actually. That's about what, 15% of the United States? Yeah, you get up to 8 people, 8, 9, 10 people. 18% of the US states say we want a Bitcoin reserve. We're getting a Bitcoin reserve. Like, or we should, we're going to do how leadership is supposed to work, represent the people, your constituents. But yes, if we get 3 or 4 more states, which Texas is about to have half of the South and Southeast region get down with the strategic Bitcoin reserve, because Texas is going to say, hey, you want to keep doing business with us? We're doing it in crypto or Bitcoin or whatever else, or you need to have a Bitcoin reserve. Like these other states, Louisiana is going to get down. Mississippi is going to get down. You already saw Alabama getting down. Yeah, you get Alabama, you can get the Virginias easy. You get both the Virginias and you'll get Tennessee to fall. So boom, that's the whole South right there. Same with Wyoming. You talk a Northwest, you get a few more. You get Wyoming, you definitely get Montana, Dakotas. So that's 4. Like you see the way I'm playing this, like I'm kind of what's the game? What's the what you call it gaming this? I'm gaming this. I can't even think of the word right now. But yeah, I think I think we can see a strategic Bitcoin reserve happening in the next year or so, if not the end of this year as well. We just need more states to signal. So shout out to Wyoming. All this is a signal to other states nearby that hey, we want this. We're okay with it. Now let's see what you say and what you do. Oh man. Oh, I'm trying to see what's we're 46 minutes into it. I'm not gonna lie. This might be, I'll try to keep this a short rant, but in fact, no, I'll go to this article last. Or not last. I'll go to this article later. Let's stay on Trump right now since I've been talking Trump. We'll finish off with Trump and what's going on in our government right now, and then we'll rotate around because there's still some crazy stories, folks. I'm looking at some of these stories are left, and there are still some crazy stories. This LA cop thing with the crypto movie. I'm telling you, movie, and I called it. Basically, we're gonna be talking about some LA gangsters who dress up in suits and uniforms as well. But first, let's go ahead and get back to Trump. I've already mostly talked about some of this meme coin stuff, so I won't go into this story. You all have already heard about it, but if you haven't, Trump actually launched a meme coin himself. It makes record price run, possibly multiplying his net worth by 5 times. That's right. The official Trump meme coin has seen almost $10 billion in trading volume in less than 24 hours. This was a few days ago. By now, it has already dipped. There's been mimics popped out. His wife, what's her name? Elania or something. I can't remember her name. Melania. She's launched a meme coin, or someone's launched one for her at least. But again, on January 18th. So yeah, just January 18th. The crypto market witnessed a significant event with the launch of the official Trump meme coin on the Solana blockchain. Its price has soared over 490% in less than 24 hours. It became the top 30 crypto overnight. And again, I just want to reiterate, Maccabee didn't even launch a coin. He used his freedom of speech to talk about a coin on Twitter at the time. And they went after this man, arrested him in a foreign country, brought him back to the United States, and then he died in their custody. I just want to seriously make that clear of how ridiculous it is now when you start talking laws and government and everything else. Did Barron launch it? It makes sense. Or you said did Barron launch his? Okay. Hilarious. Jake said Trump gonna bring back the original Four Loco. And here's the thing too, and this was so crazy about the whole politics talk. I had to talk to somebody about this. I think I mentioned this on the show before, but shortly, I had to talk about this with one of my friends. She's out here. She's like a lesbian. So for those who don't know, I'm not gonna go into this rant. It's a different story. I used to live in WeHo, and WeHo is like one of the gay capitals of the United States. I didn't know that when I moved there, though. I didn't know that. I just knew it was a bunch of restaurants I go to and clubs that were popping that were nearby, because like that's where also all the pop. That's also Hollywood is considered. That's where all like the Hollywood stuff happens at. So I didn't know it, but some of my neighbors, of course, ended up being lesbian and gay people. Whatever, it ain't my thing. But it's like I treat gay people like I do kids. I don't have nothing against you. I just don't have kids, and I don't care. I don't care about public schools and everything else. So I don't care about the gay thing that much, because I don't care. It's not my business. I say all that to say her whole thing was like, hey, we were supposed to go on a hike or something one day after the election. She was like, Trump won. I'm sad, blah, blah, blah. And she was, but her thing was me. It was like, she was almost, why didn't you vote her? Like, you're not upset about this and everything else. And I'm just like, ho, slow down, slow your roll, folks. Let's talk about some facts, real facts in the matter. I have a political science criminology degree. I actually studied these things. I went to the military to study and experience these things even more. So it's not like I'm talking from fucking ignorance. I'm talking from what I actually know. So what actually really bothers me is how much people get involved in the national election and national politics when you all don't know about things on a national level or international level. I see you all talk about it all day. You only talk about your city and state. You don't talk about other cities and states. You haven't lived in other cities and states. Why are you all talking national? Start talking local and state if you want to see real change in your backyard. There's so many people I've seen talk national. I'm just like, this wouldn't affect you if you know your town, like your mayor. If you know your alderman, this never affects you. They will go put in the work for you, but you don't know your mayor. You don't know your alderman. You don't know county commissioners. You don't know treasurers. You don't know all the people you have access to actually know and talk to on a daily basis. You know the boss man of the bosses. You know the Kamalas. You know the Bidens. You know the Trumps. Like, they're not going to affect you like that. It's ridiculous. Okay. I don't know how I got on that rant. There was a reason. I'll bring it back in a second. But the bottom line is this: Trump, top 30 token. McAfee dead for doing the same shit. Dogecoin is in the house with Elon. Wild, wild west. Do what you want. Don't get caught. If you do get caught, keep fighting. Stay 10 toes down. It might get reversed in a minute. Like, yeah, what do you want? What do you want? All right. Or be a sheep or keep being a sheep. I don't know. Keep being a sheep. What the release of Trump's meme coin signals for crypto regulations. I've already talked about this. I won't go through it. But bottom line is wild, wild west. It means while regulations will still come, you all, because again, here's the thing: there is no end. There is like, well, we won or lost or whatever. There's just continuation. And what I mean is that the job of the government and regulators is never done, right? Just like the job of a criminal is never done. The job of a good person is never, like, you're never done being good. You're never done being bad. You're never done whatever. So my point is the continuation is this. uh it's not like regulation is going to just end or just become favorable or friendly. But what I want to see and what I think we will see is this. All right, uh ABC so and so, like, we got your company, we got your project, we got this retail investor in the federal government's crosshairs. We're going to take you to court for tax evasion, for meme coin, for internet cider, for whatever else. All these court cases do, the Tornado Cash, the Ross Ulbricht, and now Trump's meme coin, what it allows you to do is to go to court and slow this all the way down. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on. Well, precedent's already been set. If you're going to arrest me for XYZ, I want the court to look over all the documents from the Tornado Cash case then, because this is clearly saying we shouldn't have to do this. And so my thing is, it's like it's going to be a ping pong match. If they come after you, like I said, fight back, use precedent now, and you will see these cases wrapped up in court in 3 years minimum. Crypto cases, if you have a decent lawyer or you know how to represent yourself right now, 3 years in minimum. In 3 years, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of moves. A lot of things can happen in your favor to lessen the burden or the punishment or consequence of what comes from that court trial or court case if it goes wrong. But by and large, that is what I think meme coins signal for regulations, continuations. It won't stop. It won't end anything. It won't start anything. It will slow things down because, like I said, the only thing that's going to happen is I highly doubt we're going to double up and get the same type of administration. You know, we usually get polarizing opposites. You had Bush Jr., Obama, then you had Trump, the polarizing opposites. Then you had Biden, polarizing opposites. Then you had Kamala, polarizing opposite, or Trump again, right? You get polarizing opposites. So I highly doubt we get a continuation of another type of Trump administration. I think we'll get the polarizing opposite. And once they come, they're going to say taxation, regulation, enforcement. We are about to shut this Wild West crypto party down. Because, by the way, let's be clear, I'm happy and you all should be happy because at this point, we should know how to maneuver and make value in this space in the Wild West. However, the Wild West was wild because it's dangerous. I don't want you all to forget what's also going to happen. I already said it. For one, a big dip in retracement is going to come during this, I think, during this cycle, his cycle as an administration. And then second thing is there will probably be the biggest scam, hack, rug pull, whatever you want to call it, in crypto history in these next 4 years, because that also is what comes with the Wild West, right? Like legitimate outlaws and sophisticated criminals come with it. So I expect to see that. I want to be clear about that. I think under his guidance, we will see probably one of the biggest scams we've ever, bigger than FTX, I think. I think because right now, no one's going to be paying attention. There is going to be the new big connect or whatever else coming. It's going to build, it's going to get volume. And by the time we realize what's happening, we, the government and other people, when they say, oh my God, like, what is this new BitConnect 2.0? It'll be too late. It'll be too many people with too much money in it believing it's the future. So I do think that's also, I had to get somber. I was like, I do think that's going to come. And then after that event, he'll probably be on his way out the office. He'll pardon himself and his family. Oh shit, I didn't know that was going to happen. He might even pardon the scammers, right? He might even pardon them, but they give him a little taste of it. And then the next administration will come and say, all right, y'all see what just happened? We let y'all go crazy. It's time to reel it in. And that is when I'm officially out of cryptocurrency. We'll see what happens. So, let's see. XRP had 3 years. They did nothing but lose money. Now they finna dump on the XRP army and cause their bear market. That could be true as well. Biggest rug pull every, did I say every or ever? I don't know, but true. A repackaging of the same damn fruitcake. You already know. Ammo Grow said the biggest scam is already underway. The amount of institutions teaming up and lubing up, it's yo ass. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, yeah, it's already underway. My point of doing that whole rant about people being sheep and following these presidents and everything around is that they all criminals, people. They all criminals. They all gangsters. They're not doing nothing no better or no worse. They just got more resources. Stop following them. Lead yourself and lead your family. Okay. I think that was the reason of my rant, but I got lost and it happens. And last but not least, Trump World Liberty Financial sells more marked up tokens after sold out pre-sale. That's right. World Liberty Financial completed its initial sale of tokens at 1.5 cents each and has now released more, hiking the price to 5 cents. What happens when you launch one successful meme coin? You launch a second one. Rest in peace, Maccabee, man. This is like slap in the face of faces. Uh, yeah, I mean, the Donald Trump backed decentralized finance platform World Liberty Financial has completed the initial sale of its token, excuse me, and is selling more of it at a 230% markup due to its massive demand. We completed our mission and sold 20% of our token supply, World Liberty Financial said in a January 20 X post. Due to massive demand and overwhelming interest, we decided to open up an additional block of 5% of token supply. So, I'm not going to get into this. This is Trump's family's DeFi platform launched in September, initially aimed to sell 20% of the 100 billion total World Liberty Financial tokens it created. Project website shows it's now adding an additional 5 billion tokens for sale at 5 cents each. Here's the deal, folks. And this is why I want to be clear once again. I'm not capping for Trump, Kamala, or nobody. Oh, that's what that was the rant was. Okay, that was the rant. I'm sorry. Here it is. The bring the big circle back 4, 5, 6 minutes later. The big rant was with the girl too. I'm hating how people, if I say an objectable, factual thing, people are looking like, oh, you must love Kamala. Oh, you must love Trump. Oh, you must love Biden. And it's like, no, 2 + 2 is 4. I'm not a mathematician. The sky is blue. I'm not an environmentalist. I'm just saying facts. So that was that whole rant, whereas it's pissed me off and it is tripping me out too. How people will look at me and be like, "Oh, you must like Trump. Oh, you might like Kamala," and it's like, or I must be actually educated on these processes and things and how they happen, and I have experience, and I'm making like educated decisions based on all of this. In reality, it's the masses who are doing the opposite, who are just like one thing is positive and this person must be great. One thing is negative and this person must be evil. Again, I asked one the other day, this girl who loves Kamala. I said, tell me something bad about her. And she couldn't. I'm like, yo, I don't care who you love. You should be able to tell me good things and bad things about Biden, Kamala, and Trump. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna get into this lecture right now. This shit makes me rant. You should be able to say good and bad things about all three of them. They have all been in high positions of the American government. They all have positive and negative attributes. So for people to say, "Oh no, Trump, no, nothing bad, nothing wrong," I look at them sideways. But I look at the same people who say the same about Kamala and Biden. No, nothing bad, nothing wrong. Really, all of them fucked up. They all gangsters. What are you talking about? All right, but the point is this: Trump is launching more tokens. This is essentially his Trump's World Liberty Financial platform, or his token platform, is your crane. Okay, let's be clear. I'm doing this for the soundbite. That's why I had to stop. Trump's meme coins and token platforms are your crane for Biden. This is his money laundering scheme. All right. He laundered a little bit. It worked. Add 5 billion more tokens. It makes no sense from a tokenomics point of view. It makes perfect sense from a money laundering and getting as much capital point of view as we can. And shout out to him for doing it. And again, I want to reiterate, by him doing this and run it, he essentially just did an ICO, people. He did an ICO. And this is why the next story is so important as far as who he hired as the SEC commissioner, or who he appointed as the SEC commissioner. Because if Gary Gensler was still there, and I forgot to even mention, Gary Gensler is gone. I even did the story on that. Not worth mentioning, Gary. Somebody sent me a tweet of his. I haven't even read it yet. I got to check it out. Gary, you're not even worth mentioning or remembering. You are officially out of the crypto history. But this is probably why this next story, we got to talk about this. Mark Ueda named acting SEC chair among Trump appointments. This is going to be very important. Mark my words. This has to be Trump's new best friend. If they fall out of favor, this is probably one of the few people who can go after Trump, really have like cut and dry, like, hey, Your Honor, you saw how we did McAfee, right? You saw how we did the ICO craze. You saw how we done every other project, but we're not doing him. Unless Royal Financial and Trump coin are not meme coins and they're actually different versions of Bitcoin. Is that what you're telling me, government? So my point is this. This would be the only person that I think that really has the ace card on the Trump administration, Trump himself, where he can be like, hey, by the books, I got you, my boy. So it makes perfect sense. This will also probably be one of his most favorite people. Members of the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission also announced on January 20th that Caroline Pham was served as acting chair, filling two crucial regulatory roles. I'm pausing right now, and I said, because I was trying to decide in an effort to make a joke, did I want to be what would be considered slightly racist? Now, I wouldn't be slightly racist, but the joke would. And that's, of course, the Carolyn Pham. It's just a bunch of stories out here in San Diego and Southern California that I can make fun of, poke fun of, and say, well, I understand why they're at the CFTC. But regardless, whatever. Homie hookups, international to here. Y'all know what's up. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission member Mark Ueda will be acting chair of the financial regulator as of January 20th, following an announcement from the Trump administration. And January 20th notice from the White House, President Donald Trump said Ueda will replace outgoing SEC chair, doesn't matter his name. I'm not even going to speak the man's name, Mr. Burns, in an acting capacity until the U.S. Senate could confirm one of its nominees. Ueda, a Republican, has served at the SEC since 2022 after being nominated by former U.S. President Joe Biden. Oh, it actually scared me. Joe Biden nominated him. Is he there for crypto? Before taking office, Trump announced on his social media that he planned to nominate former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins. Oh, that was right, to replace Gensler. Atkins' name appeared on a list of sub-cabinet appointments Trump said he had nominated to the Senate. It's unclear when the chamber could consider his nomination as an SEC member. So again, here's the other thing too, people. Politics. It's gonna get interesting. The politics of other politicians. And what I mean, let's say, for example, President Trump understands how important this SEC position is. He think he has a friend with some favor. Whole time, they like, man, me and Kamala been cool for years, right? Like, seriously, here's the politics about to play out right now. Who's your real friend and who's your real enemy? Now, I will say, as essentially an incumbent, I guess he's not the incumbent, but as a returning president, you know the game. You kind of already have your slew of friends. You know who did you wrong. Like, you kind of have a good idea at these high levels, but still, you never know who you may have fell out of favor with. So I think this is going to be important to watch and notice as well. Some of these SEC, CFTC people who seem to be playing ball with him and being nice and playing fair, do they really like him? Or are they going to cap long enough until they get the position and then start doing the 180, being like, hey, I'm here to stand up for the SEC and I'm here for the Constitution. I'm not here for no one person or president. Like, what will that be the thing? Because that could change the landscape of a lot of stuff we talk about. This whole Wild Wild West thing, that could go down to the drain immediately if you get one or two appointments to all of a sudden say, no, we ain't friends with him. I was acting like that to get the job. Like, what? I'm doing my job, bro. I ain't my boy. So that could change the entire landscape as well, which of course could change the price, which is why I mentioned it as well. Gensler knows so much about crypto. It'll come out he's the real Satoshi. Hilarious. What if he actually was? It's funny how Trump said his peanuts. I missed that one, so I gotta check that out. Yes, Trump pushed vaccines. Supporters silent. He is pushing vaccines. I saw that as well with the whole thing. You are hilarious. Like I said, that's why I just want to bring up that long rant, because sometimes, especially for newer people, I always say, like, are you a Trump fan? Are you a Kamala fan? And it's like, I'm a neither. I'm a King fan. What are you talking about? Big ones over here. I'm me. I'm very intelligent. I'm happy with myself. I'm not now. I'm smart enough to know a gangster and a criminal when I see them, and I'm smart enough to know not to follow them, at least not too far, right? Uh, so all three of those people fell in that same category to me, gangsters. And yeah, so I just I don't know. Musk's Doge agency launches official website with Dogecoin logo. Dogecoin rally after Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency launched its official U.S. government website displaying the dog-themed crypto logo. I can't say enough negative stuff about this guy. And yes, it did look like he gave that Hail Hitler salute the other day. All right, people. Yes, people talking about they running with it. They ain't running away with it. We saw what we saw. Look, why we got this South African talking at the inauguration anyway? Like, I didn't like that one. Trump, I need you to be a real American, Trump. I'm calling out President Trump and his family right now. Being a real American politician, a real gangster. You take the money and you don't give the promise. All right. Take the money and don't give the promise. Isn't that what the rest of the politicians do? You all take the money, you don't fulfill promises. Don't be different now. It'd be funny if he's not being different. Trump's like, no, I gave him a website and I let him talk on stage. We're not giving this guy fucking anything. That would be absolutely hilarious if that went down. But again, Doge is up. Here's the official website if you want to see it. This is what's interesting about this and why I'm covering it. Tokenomics has spoken. Even with a government organizational name, with an actual government agency name, being plastered across the mainstream, talked about at the inauguration, Dogecoin still didn't reach $1. It's because it doesn't make fucking sense from the market cap, people. Y'all like waking up yet? Not saying it's never going to happen, but do you know how much money? Do you know how much money? My point is, Doge has been on the mainstream of mainstream runs, and they still have people. Do you know how much money? Yes, it will reach $1. Doge will reach $1. I want to be clear about that. And the price of Bitcoin will be $350,000 at the time. I just want to make sure we're clear. It will reach $1 when Bitcoin is at 350K. Please, somebody bookmark this episode in this show. It's definitely going to happen that way. So, yeah. So it's just like this is one of those things. I really think he might low key. What if he's the dummy with one of the biggest bags in there? Not in a good way. Like, what if Elon owes 6% of Doge? Let's say I don't know what's enough to make a billionaire stay up at night. 80 million, $100 million, but he's at a 50 million loss or something. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But shout out to Doge, I guess. I mean, from a meme coin and from again, my mixtape going mainstream. Excited to see it. Shout out to Dogecoin. Hey, they playing him on the radio station now. Like, it's weird to see, but I'm excited. Dogecoin being played on the radio and getting a record deal is the same as Ice JJ Fish getting a record deal and being played on the radio to me. So shout out to JJ Ice JJ Fish, whatever his name was. Shout out to him. I was a fan, but I wouldn't want to hear you on the radio, my boy. I'm about to type that in on the thing. Ice JJ, what was it? Yeah, let me get some of this. Let me get a little. I hope they don't hit me with the what you call it. Please don't hit me with the thing real quick, but I gotta share it. Don't hit me with the It just makes my head wanna twirl. Oh, make that head twirl, baby. You know what I'm saying? I love it. This is like Ice JJ Fish getting a record deal. Dogecoin, okay? Dogecoin is on the radio stations. You gotta love it, and y'all still not at $1. To me, that says everything I said about Dogecoin years ago was true. It's a fun coin, but it like the market cap people do the homework, do the numbers. It takes billions of dollars more to even get a whiff of that dollar. To even get a little smelly smell of it. To get a dog's whiff, you're gonna need at least billions more of dollars. And off the top of my head, why is there a reason to put billion more of dollars into Dogecoin? I do not know, but we shall see what happens next. Maybe more people just need to find out about it. I don't think that's what it is. All right, this was a scary story. I haven't read it. I only saw the title, headline, or whatever, but it was something I wanted to check out. And I am not going to analyze this story until I start reading, because if I do, I can go off on a rant and say the entirely wrong thing, because this looks super suspect. SEC launches crypto task force led by Hester Pierce. You remember the person that they tried to force the quote unquote crypto mom down your throat. And I kept saying, who called her crypto mom? How did she get that moniker? And she's not the crypto mom. You remember that? And I was like, seems and looks like a honeypot to me. Damn it, I'm starting to rant. I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to do it. All right, let me read the story, bro. Read the story and stop ranting so you can figure this out. The U.S. Financial Watchdog announced on January 24th a task force aimed at developing a regulatory framework for digital assets. I can't hold it in. God damn it. Listen, this is what I mean too. What I just said, where I was just like, it depends on what the SEC actually does, if they're actually his friend or we're going to do their own thing. B, I said it as well. It doesn't matter what he says, him being President Trump. It matters what happens. This task force is making me nervous. It made me nervous when I saw it, but let me read about it. Maybe they're talking about how to stop scammers and give everybody their money back. I doubt, but let's see. The U.S. SEC has taken its first step toward crypto regulation clarity following former chair Gary Gensler's departure on January 20th. According to the January 21st announcement, the agency is creating a crypto task force dedicated to developing a framework for digital assets. Wait, y'all creating a group to create a group? The task force will be led by Commissioner Hester Pierce, often referred to as Crypto Mom by no one else but Cointelegraph. Literally never heard anybody call her that. Maybe herself. This is whatever. Due to her supportive stance on crypto, that is still to be seen as well. Like, and again, this is what I meant by this is what I meant by the Black Lives Matters painting and the dashikis in Congress the day they all was like kneeling and stuff. All the like, it was super weird. This is the weirdest thing I'm someone like. I don't care what you say. I need you to do. Unless what you say, you're gonna like say it in legislation, you're gonna say it in the open court to where it's actually going to change the law. That's a little bit different. But like, she is the Black Lives Matter painting so far. Stop crypto mom due to her support of what support? You're in the government. You haven't made a positive change for crypto. You're talking about it. Oh, yeah. My rhetoric is awesome in the hallways, but when I get to writing, it gets real bad. Like, no, I ain't trying to hear that. What you've been saying and your rhetoric is positive. Like, no, I'll do the crypto rhetoric. You do the crypto laws. How about that? Does that make more sense? The task force was announced by Commissioner Mark Ueda, who is serving as acting SEC chairman until the U.S. Senate confirms the nomination of former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins to serve the remainder of former Chair Gensler's term. Oh, wow. So really quick, my analysis is kicking in. This is ordered. This is ordered. This is a good thing. This is so far is a good thing. This is his crypto orders on day one, people. For everyone who's saying he didn't come out with anything, like, how could you? How could you come out with crypto guidance if you just took over everything and you're firing the people who are in charge? So it looks like he came in. Trump did come in on day one, put somebody in charge of the SEC, and they went right to work. Okay, task force accepted on this one. I just hate that I just hate it so formal. You don't have to do a task force, whatever. Like, you're the SEC, all right? Call it a working group and keep it in. Like, you don't tell us about it. We don't need to hear about more derivatives of derivatives. I thought the whole reason for Doge, which they just launched, was to reduce government spending and make it more efficient. Yet the day Doge is launched, you launch another new task force. You literally just launched two new agencies / task forces the day you say you're gonna get rid of them. So that doesn't make any sense at all. But I digress. They did get to work. They are getting to work. I would like to have seen it just be a working group, something you don't announce and it's super informal, but whatever. They formalize it for a reason to let America know they are at work. So the task force's focus will be to help the commission draw clear regulatory lines, provide realistic paths to registration, craft sensible disclosure frameworks, and deploy enforcement resources judiciously, said the financial watchdog in a statement. Since this happened the first day and it's going pretty fast, normally I would say we get word in 3 months. I think we'll get word in three weeks, folks. I think by the end of February, the task force will come out with something. They're not going to wait on this. I don't think they're going to wait. That's the best case scenario for guidance. Best case scenario for the Wild Wild West is that this task force takes 3 years to come up with something, and they don't come up with anything until Trump's on the way out the door, because then he could still do, like, be the big kid, do the, be the responsible one in the class, if you will, and set up rules and everything. He can tell, we're not gonna be the Wild Wild West forever. We're working on it. We got the task force. We're working on it every year. We're working on it. Third year on the way out. Look, here it is. Like, we're gonna tax 40%. Regulations here, regulations there. Wink, wink. If y'all saw them Trump coins, you should be good, right? That's probably what him and his administration is going to be doing. So, again, best case scenario for the Wild Wild West, we get these in 3 years. Best case scenario for just regulatory, I guess, guidance for those who really need it is that we probably get it in the next three weeks. I don't think it's going to take months for this one. These 30-minute shows going crazy. Listen, I did start the show saying I know I was going to be long because I missed the last couple of days. I already knew it. I started off the show saying I know it was going to be long. These dummies think pro crypto means telling people you can use crypto now. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, Bitcoin is out. Now pro crypto. Like, wait, what? Better to buy Solana. Lord Smith. Hey, I started thinking about that before the show. Lord Smith is on to it, folks. I mean, listen, if there were ever a time to buy Solana, now's the time to buy it. I will say that. If there were ever a time to buy Solana, I agree with you. Bitcoin, Chris said, some people saying XRP will hit $50. I'm like, how high of a market cap that would be? That's delusional. So the only reason I'll give it to like the likes of XRP is because they're planning to do ETFs. And by the way, I saw a possible Bitcoin future ETF. So we got Bitcoin ETFs, we got Bitcoin ETPs, and we have Bitcoin futures. They're talking about doing a Bitcoin future ETF. Holy I told you I was going to be derivatives on derivatives, but I didn't even think it could get this derivative. What? Listen, we were going to drown this market out. They're going to drown it. All right, you're going to suffocate with derivatives in this market. You're not going to know a real from fake Bitcoin when I'm done from you. You ever seen it before? It is going to be absolutely crazy. It's definitely going to be crazy. I mean, listen, stay the path, people. Stay the path because there's about to be a ton of different things happening. All right, Crypto Godfather. All right, here we go. Should I end it on this one? Because this is more of a rant story. Let me look at the last few stories. Yeah, I'm gonna end it on that. I'm gonna end it on the Crypto Godfather because it's almost more of a rant. I'm gonna try not to rant because I'm already at 1 hour and 17 minutes. Bank of America CEO says banks eager to enter crypto if regulators allow. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I've been a member of Bank of America now, 15, 20 years or something. I'm showing my age. They are one of the bigger banks that are on the sideline, which they've already been. If you remember, I forgot the guy's name, Alish or something. They've already had a crypto team in place now the last 3 or 4 years. So I think if anything, they're one of the institutions that are ready. I think they are eager to enter, but they are actually waiting for regulators. Now, you know me, why wait for regulators? You don't need to wait, move forward. While I do agree with it, I'm not about messing up your old business or your old money to get the new money, especially if you're not an expert at it. So I get their hesitation. They like, look, we're not trying to pivot and then blow it. But it looks like Brian Moynihan, I can't pronounce the name, believes financial institutions will gladly facilitate crypto payments if clearer regulations around their use were established. I'm only going to cover this part of the article. This is the only part I saw. I didn't even see the rest. I mean, we can pretty much assume what's going to be in it. More Bank of America shilling why you should like the bank selling you crypto. Like, I know what's about to happen here. I'm actually going to scroll to see if that's true. But this is what I think the task force is going to do. The task force in the next 3.5, 4 weeks will develop a way for banks to actually do crypto payments so you can get away from this whole exchange thing. You don't have to talk about them. You can go back to I think they're going to make it so that a lot of things that are happening in Bitcoin and crypto can happen on the traditional side. That is how you feed two beasts if you're the president. You say, fine, I can keep Wall Street happy. Here go your piece of the pie. And I can keep my crypto folks who put me in this position to win happy as well by doing things like freeing the homies and loosening some of the regulation that you've seen in the past. So adopt cryptocurrencies, Davos, Switzerland, he's talking crypto payments, real thing. Banking system will come in hard on the transactional side of it. Like I said, in such scenario, crypto transactions will be just another payment type along credit cards, debit cards, Apple Pay. I can see that. We have hundreds of patents on blockchain already. Yeah, we know y'all patent everything you can. Bank of America, what I tell you about the narrative, still in narrative. Bank of America has been at the forefront of patents race since 2018. Right. Okay. Yep. So like I said, yeah, this is a bank commercial. You want us. I think Trump will give it to him. However, if I were Trump, which I'm not, but if I were him in his position, I would not give it to banks. I would be petty. Shout out to Dave Chappelle on this Saturday Night Live. Longtime fan of Dave Chappelle, did an awesome job in this past Saturday Night Live. The only thing I will just on is he gave this speech. You know, everybody do this speech. He did his last speech, and his last few words were essentially, I hope the incoming president understands that America needs a real leader and doesn't need anyone to be petty because of things that are done to them. So don't be petty and lead America. Like, fuck no, Dave Chappelle. What's wrong with you? You my favorite too. Hell no. Like, this is the BS. This is the BS in America. And you got people with that type of energy that do. Now, Dave Chappelle usually isn't one of these people. He was in that moment. He might have just been speaking for other people, which I believe he was, because most of the comedy thing on Saturday Night Live was like, I ain't trying to get essentially canceled again. I'm doing good. So I do think he was just trying to speak and bring people together. And I don't think he believed fully when he said what I'm about to say, but he's the one who said it. So I got to go after it. And my thing was this, like, no. Don't badger, belittle, and berate me. And then once I'm the champ and once I take over and everything, try to cop deuces and cop please and be friends. No, keep the same energy. Be who you are when you see me, and list whatever happens, happens. So no, I'm against Dave Chappelle in that. I hope Trump is super petty. They tried to, like, people, they try to imprison the man. They try to make him go broke. I'm not even talking about him. Let's not even say Trump. Human ABC. They attempted to imprison him, take his money, take his businesses, clown him in front of the entire world, make him look like an idiot. The orange man, right? He ha ha. You making jokes about me, my family, my wife. What? And now you think I'm gonna not be petty and be friendly? What? That's not even American. That's not even an American thing to do. That is not an American thing to do. We get attacked, and then all of a sudden we say, all right, well, we're not going to attack back now. I guess all is fair in love and war. What? Oh, that's not American. Dave Chappelle. What? Be petty. Now, with that little small rant, I say that to say, I hope he's petty enough to say, banks, good fucking luck. Your time's up. And the reason why I say that, because if you remember, the banks tried to debank him as well, which is why he went to crypto, which is why crypto. And I don't think crypto as much like Trump. You got to remember, there's a lot of middle of the road moderates and libertarians in crypto as a whole. So it's not like they like the conservatives as much as I think they just said we found a winning pony. That's all that mattered to crypto space. The crypto wouldn't matter if it was Obama, Biden, Kamala, or Trump. We were just like, whoever likes Bitcoin and crypto will back you. And hey, you guys didn't know we had all this money. So Trump was just the one, because of circumstance through the banks. He just happened to be the one who was like, oh, I guess I'll be a crypto proponent. Like, literally, that's how it happened. It was people, he's like 80 years old. He ain't a natural born crypto dude. The bank smacked him. He was like, how can I bank, get my money? His kids was like, bro, dad, you don't even need banks no more. So with that being said, I hope he's petty. And he's like, no, you guys try to end me from banking. I'm going to end you from being a bank. That is what I like to see. Now, do I think it's going to happen? No, which is why he created that task force, because if it were going to happen, you wouldn't create the task force. The task force is there for institutions. It's not there for the retail market. It's there for the institutions to make money off the retail market. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's just the wishful, evil man thinking of me. But I would love to see him be petty, specifically against the banks. Don't be their friends. Now, Bank of America, copping dudes is like, we're eager to learn, and Trump, we love him. No, I don't believe it. Because I tell you what, President Trump, if the banks liked you, you wouldn't have been in this position to begin with. They don't like you, and they didn't want you. All right. Last but not least, Don Khan. I like that name, Don, because my cousin said he ain't a gangster. My cousin said they not gangsters. He says they're con men and women. So I was like, that's fair. But I like that, Don Khan. Don the Khan. I like that. Don the Khan would never go against the banks. You don't think so? We'll see. We will see. All right. Last but not least, this story will more than likely end up being a movie. It should be a movie because it is a movie in itself. I'm going to start off by saying this. I can only talk in like, I was thinking about this the other day. I can only talk in like roundabout ways. All right. Here's the deal. Organized crime is for real in Southern California. I've been in Los Angeles and San Diego as a military man, as a military officer in San Diego, Los Angeles normal. I am telling you from my experiences. Like I think I've said this publicly before, and now I'll tell the story another time, but I've been like the cartel tried to recruit me years ago. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is real life out here. This isn't like fake. I say that to say when it comes to crypto, I've said many times over again too that the level of crime and criminals are sophisticated here as well. This story goes into all that, and here's the thing: it's not like I like stories like this, like yeah, it's crime and stuff. Like no, I want to live in a peaceful world. I'm chilling. I'm just a chill guy. I like going outside, relaxing. I don't have to worry about things. Like so, it's not like that. But I'd have to point out because people think I'm like a conspiracy theorist sometimes. They're like, why you always talking about the government like this? Or you talking about these or these criminal groups? I'm like, yo, you're not seeing it because you're being a sheep. You're staying inside, which is a good thing. Stay inside, it's safe. But I'm actually outside all the time, out and about, and I'm doing all types of plays. And yes, I have been around real capital before. So it's like, no, no, no. I am seeing for real, outside of the bubble in America. So I say all that to say about this story when I actually started reading some of this story because I was like, before I preview it to everyone, I want to see is it as deep as it is, or is it just a attention grabbing headline? It turns out it is as deep as it is. Let's go ahead and bring it up. But my point is, I brought up this story because it's like, this is the shit where I tell people about a regular conversation. They're like, no, really? Huh? I'm like, yes. Like, they just arrested the Armenian mafia dude last year or something ago in LA. He's living in a regular neighborhood. Was it a few years ago? They got a boy from Boston when they arrested him after like being on the land on the run for like 50 years or whatever. Like the level of gangster shit that's going on in this Southern California region is crazy. Not to mention the sheriff department in Los Angeles has their own gangs. But crypto godfather and LA cop plead guilty to tax civil rights violations. That is right. When I started reading this story, I was like, "Yep, this is real. Sounds about right." Adam Izza, founder of the Zort crypto trading platform, and LASD deputy Eric Chase Saavedra admit to exploiting law enforcement. Oh, what's even crazier though, and these are things I don't talk about and won't get into, is you all would be so surprised if you really found out how realistic some of these movies are when you talk about some of the gangs that also have police officers or correctional officers working for them too. And I'm not just talking about black gangs, white gangs, Mexican gangs, people. It gets super deep out here, super, super deep out here. I'm telling you. But again, a cryptocurrency businessman in a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, don't say deputy, have admitted to federal crimes, including conspiracy, civil rights violations, and tax evasion. Now, I only skimmed this article earlier, and so far, I only seen like one officer was involved in this. But I'm gonna, and this is why I preface this story with all I prefaced it with to make sure you understand what I'm. Some of the stuff I'm saying, like yes, I am not 100% sure where I can get you proof, nor will I even want to get proof. The reason why I'm able to go around these circles in and out is because I do something called mind my own business. Usually, when I'm around all this extra stuff, if it ain't my business, I'm not being, I mean, I'm not extra out. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm minding my business. Don't see nothing, don't say nothing. I'm minding my business and have a time. I'm like, why am I even here? I'm not even supposed to be here right now. I should be going somewhere else. This is my business. I mind my business. Okay. So part of like that's a part of how you see it. Now, I am saying this for again, not 100% fact, but like I'll say a 90%. You all have lost your mind if you think this was the only sheriff involved in this. I just told you they got gangs out here. Like the sheriffs have gangs. Like that's not even me conspiracy. I think 60 Minutes ran a whole story on it before. You can check it out. The sheriffs have gangs out here. The way gangs work is that the whole gang eats. All right, I've been clicked up before. Ain't one person about to eat, and I'm not eating. What are you talking about? Slap that food out your hand. Okay, listen. My point is this: you are crazy if you think it was just one lone sheriff who got in on a crypto play and nobody else was involved. Come on, that's not the way it works. Okay, it literally doesn't work like that. Let's get back to this madness. And again, you got to remember, these are the same people arresting everyone else. Yep. Somebody, Mike Main said Chula Vista. I used to live there. I used to live in Chula Vista. Yep. Yep. All right. Let's see. The Department of Justice announced the plea. Okay. Where are we at? Yeah, the Department of Justice announced the plea agreements on January 17th, stating that Adam Izza, 24 years old, who dubbed himself the crypto godfather, founder of the Zort crypto trading platform. How is you 24 with a trading platform? Who mommy and daddy gave him the money? Orchestrated a scheme involving intimidation, extortion, and fraud. Eric Chase Saavedra, 41 years old. So, oh my God. A former LASD deputy and task force officer misused law enforcement resources to aid Izza's illegal activities. So they said he misused law enforcement resources. One thing I hate to see is when they say former, because it looks like he did it off the clock. They're saying former because they probably fired his ass as soon as they found out so they can put former. But I hate seeing former. He wasn't former when this happened. He was an LASD deputy, for one. For two, this is what I'm talking about. The gang stuff is for real, people, like in the criminal stuff. You got a 41-year-old sheriff taking orders from a 24-year-old. Do y'all not understand? Like, hold on, let me. I be trying to stress this to y'all because some of y'all, I can never really say what I want to say, especially publicly to people. But you all be arguing stuff in the comments, and that's how I be knowing y'all full of shit as far as how some people live their lives. Because I'm like, look, if you papered up, especially in these smaller cities, I'm talking LA. Don't let me hit a country town. What? What? Stop playing. Listen, if you're papered up in some of these cities, all right, and this is LA of all of them. If you're papered up at 24 years old, you can have a 41-year-old sheriff doing your bidding. All right. That's in LA. But you're telling me your small town not crooked? Yeah, all right. That's how you find out the hard way. People, enough with the laws and elections and everything else. Please go take care of your family and build up your nest egg because that is what it's about right now. All right. I want to reiterate this. This is, and something else I want to reiterate. I'm not going to say like, oh man, half the police department and sheriffs. Oh, no, I don't think that. Realistically, I think it's probably like 4 to 5%. But that's a big 4 to 5% for real, for real. Okay. Like that is a big, was that like one out of every 11 or 12 people? That is a lot of freaking people. Getting back to this story though. Eric Chase Saavedra, the 41-year-old sheriff deputy, was working with this 24-year-old boy. Court documents allege like Isa employed off-duty LASD deputies. Oh, there it is, plural. I didn't get this far. Plural deputies as personal enforcers to target business rivals and perceived threats. Saavedra leveraging his credentials as a deputy and a task force officer with the U.S. Marshal Service. Oh, you got the Marshals too? Illegally accessed system law enforcement databases, fabricated search warrant affidavits, and misused his badge to aid Isla's vendettas. Here, you know what? I'll go a step further and say this. I'm going to take it further. Today is the show today. Good thing I don't got a big audience. These are going to be the videos that's going to come back and bite me one day. I'll take it a step further. How do you all think I can really speak so knowledgeably about all these type of things? You don't think King know any sheriffs, any PDs, anythings? And you don't think I never had any favors for anything? Like, people, I'm trying to tell you how this works for real, for real. Like, I just had to think about what some of my own experiences. I'm like, oh, story is hitting close to home, essentially. Oh man, look, this is real, folks. This is real. In one instance, Izza sought to steal a laptop he believed held more than $100 million in cryptocurrency. So essentially, the short version of mine was something else was stolen. But I would say it wasn't intentionally stolen, not from me, from somebody else. But man, this is America and this is a business, and these people got families too. If you got that chili, I'm trying to tell you, they'll go to work. Okay. And I'm talking about LAPD, I'm talking about the sheriffs, and I'm talking about highway patrols, chips, California Highway Patrol. They will all go to work if you got your paper up or you got your connections up. If you got your connections up, they'll go to work too. Sometimes it's favors. All right. Factual, actual factual. We'll never say how, but that's actual factuals for sure. In LA too. I'm talking about in LA. I already put the stamp down. I'm not talking about a different city. I'm talking about I know for a fact. In LA, if you got the paper, yes, the police are here for you. Prosecutors allege Saavedra, whatever name, secured a search warrant in January of 2022 under false pretenses, claiming the target was involved in a firearms investigation. He provided the victim's location to Izza, who sent armed individuals to break into the victim's home. The attempt failed when the victim fired a warning shot. I ain't going. That's what I'm talking about. After which Izza reportedly sent the victim a video of the botched robbery, of which Izza sent the victim. Why would he send the victim? Intimidation, extortion, and theft. Like I said, don't go, people. Don't go. Prosecutors outlined several other violent acts linked to the scheme. Oh, this wasn't the first time. In August of 2021, LASD deputies allegedly held a victim at gunpoint at Isla's residence, forcing $25,000 in the bank transfer. And again, this is deputies. I didn't read this far down the article. My point exactly. I knew it wasn't one. People, you got to understand. If you don't understand, and this is why I always say some of y'all be talking, y'all really talking from the sideline. I'm like, some things people say sound so novel, and trust me, I get it. making the world a better place. Why don't you just do this? Why don't this? Why don't you call the police for this? Why don't you do that? And it's like, you ain't got no real money yet because you don't know how this go. Get yourself some real money in this world and see how this world go. For me personally, I would say this: it's actually been really it's been depressing. It's been depressing. I kind of like slow myself down because I saw myself once you do start getting certain capital, like more money, more problems for real, for real. And to me, it's almost like the Scarface movie where he was like greedy pigs get fat, get slaughtered, and he was like just fly low. It is better to like not a lot changes from a couple 100,000 to a few million, folks. Really, it doesn't to me from what I've seen, it doesn't seem to really change until you get to like 20 plus million of like spending capital, not 20 million in net worth, and 20 plus million in spending capital is when it changes. But 10 million and 200,000, the only difference is the type of house and car, people, for the most part. Like nothing else really changes, especially when you're talking about a bachelor or no kids and stuff. Like not a lot changes. But what does change is the fucking pressure you're gonna get and the all the people who are gonna be coming from every direction. So that changes. And that's why I'm bringing up the money part, because I'm like, some people don't understand because they haven't made the money yet. When I talk about dirty cops and dirty government and backroom deals, and some people are like conspiracy, conspiracy, conspiracy. I'm like, all right, be liquid, be liquid with some money, be liquid, and see how quick all of a sudden people find out about it. And by people, I'm talking about these people I just named. Getting back to it, in October 2021, is the person he coerced another victim into transferring $127,000 while holding them at gunpoint. I mean, shit, I see how he started the exchange now. He gorilla pimp. And to keep it real, hey, I've said it for the American government, and this is what I mean. You can't pick and choose. You cannot pick and choose. I'm not going to pick and choose. I'm going to respect this gangster the same way I respect the American government as gangster. This is his hustle. He a gorilla pimp. For those who don't know what a gorilla pimp is, they not about to sweet talk you off it. They not going to carrot you. They're going to stick you. Slap, slap, slap. You're going to do what I say. He went in there, slap, 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 127,000, 25,000, 50,000. Police, sheriffs, they don't cost that much, people. They don't cost that much. They're not getting paid that much. Sprinkle them off with a few G's, put the rest into an exchange, and boom, we in business. Especially if that's how he started. If he started the exchange by running these plays to get the capital to start the exchange, that means him and the sheriffs were locked in. That, for those who don't know what that means, hey, we done did some crimes together. We both going to jail. We homies now. We same gang, whether we not the same gang. We unintentionally, informally are. So if this is how it all started, it actually makes a lot of sense of how it went that far, because it probably was like, shit, yeah, we used to hold up some people for him. Now the guy got an exchange. He's the crypto godfather. Why wouldn't we keep working for him? It said these stories go back from 2021. It's 2025. They just went on a run. Of course, they've been arresting everything since then. But oh my goodness, look, I'm so good at this. I didn't even look. I swear I didn't get this far down. I'm seeing it says 2021, 2024. Okay. So Sadra also operated a private security firm. Listen to this. A active sheriff who's also, what was it? What was he also? Who also is an officer with the U.S. Marshal and who also runs a private security firm. Can anyone say a fucking conflict of interest? You're a sheriff with a private security firm and a U.S. Marshal. Conflict of uh, for those who, how is it conflict of interest? This is actually what I have my degree in. Conflict of interest. I can use American taxpayer databases to find people I can go get with my own company and make money on, essentially becoming a bounty hunter. Like conflict of interest, knock it off. And here's the other thing I'm not going to go crazy on. I'm not saying nothing negative about the sheriffs. Shout out to the sheriffs and shout out to LAPD. Shout out to all of them. I want to make sure that's clear. I'm not saying nothing negative about them. I don't want smoke. A and B, they have shown me so much grace and love, all these different departments. So I don't want no smoke. But I will say, if you know, you know. Isla, again, reportedly paid $100,000 to that private security firm monthly between 2021 and 2024 for round the clock security. Oh my God. Oh, people. He paid $100,000 monthly from 2021 to 2024 for sheriff department security. And I already told y'all they a gang. I didn't tell you, I lied. 60 Minutes told y'all they a gang, or they got multiple gangs. So what's that? 1.2 a year, 1.2 million a year? That's, I mean, yeah. Y'all getting the picture of how LA work and Southern California works now for the people who aren't here? Okay. When everybody's trying to figure out how are you do this, how aren't things always working perfectly? And it's like, oh my, y'all don't even know what's out here. Y'all don't know what's out here at what levels. You see how this happened? 1.2 million a year, $100,000 a month from 2021, 2024. This isn't a conspiracy. This is the federal courts. This is documented. This is absolutely insane.
Fight.
Like, what? Respect the gangster. And this is not only do I respect the gangster, now this is where other gangsters be mad at me. People don't be mad. Don't you gotta understand? I'm at 5%. I'm gonna have to put this charge in. I don't just go in on you sheep. Don't worry. Oh man, I be going in on gangsters too. People believe me. This one thing I hate is a fake gangster. I hate a fake gangster is just as bad as a fake lady of the night, if you know what I mean. I hate a fake gangster. I hate them. People, for those of you don't know, just know most people who claim to be gangsters and thugs, it's only like really 8% of them who really active, who really would get down. The rest of them ain't really trying to kill nobody, hurt nobody. I hate them. But I say that to say this. This is the real gangsters. The real G's is moving like this. They're either in the White House or one of these government positions, or they're doing stuff like this in LA where it's like, yeah, no, I got 100K a month for the sheriffs. Make that play. Like I said, I've worked with sheriffs and LAPD and some other stuff doing some things I need done in the streets for real, for real. Not nothing negative. Again, what I needed was just to get some materials back. But I've run similar plays here in LA. I'm telling y'all, it's real. Like, this is not for fake. It is real. And if you plugged in, you plugged in. That's why I talk the way I do and roll around here the way I do, because I am not worried about a gang when I got other gangs behind me in the form of like sheriffs and LAPD. So, but this is absolutely real. I don't want y'all to think this isn't real. Not 1 minute. All right, hold on. I'm about to die. My computer about to die. It's official. The show's been going on long.
We're not going to take it.
Let me get this charger going. It's charging. All right, this is the last story. I got like 2 or 3 more minutes. This was a long day. This is an amazing day, people. Crypto is crazy. You got to love it. All right. Again, we're back. $100,000 monthly, 2021, 2024. But you still got people screaming that all cops, all officers are good. You still got people screaming all government is good, all laws are good. None of these people can do anything wrong. And then boom, you get the story and it was like, no, actually, they can do a lot of wrong, bro. Like armed robbery and kidnapping over and over and over and over again. Holy shit. Beyond the alleged extortion racket, Izza's operations extended to financial fraud between 2020 and 2022. He's accused of defrauding Meta platforms, stealing over $37 million by accessing business accounts and associated credit lines. Oh, that's how you did it. Holy shit. Like, this is next. This dude was 24 years old. Well, actually, I take that back. He's 24 now. Was he 20 and 19 when this happened? Oh, man, they off the porch. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all they off the porch early out here. Didn't I tell you about these YNs out here? Did he do this when he was 19 and 20? No. If Meta's platforms are so bad, a 20-year-old can get $37 million of credit, I'm not believing that. Who's his parents? All right, we know the real story. Who's the parents who gave him? Well, I gave my son 500,000. Like, oh, okay, there we go. Like, this is a movie. This is a movie. Both Isla and Savidra. And here's another funny thing. You notice these are only the names being named, but how many times did we see deputies? If I had to put a number on it, kind of know how I know how these things work. From being around different organizations, whether it's a football team, military, gangs, cliques, all these different organizations of men throughout my life, I know how this works. I would say there would be at least, I would say least, but 3 to 5. For sure, there's 3 to 5 other deputies that should be getting named. 3 to 5. 3 to 5. You don't run an operation of this size for this long with this much money with just 1 or 2 deputies. Like, are you kidding me? You getting $100K a month from one client. From one client, you get $100K a month. You're not about to be shining. You're not about to get that new house, the new car. Come on, the partner going to ask about it. You got to bring him in. Y'all not friends with nobody else in the department. You're not giving your boss nothing. Let me be the boss man. I see you driving on my lot with, oh, y'all just out here taking taste and thinking, I don't get one, huh? That's what we doing now, gang, huh? Hell no. Right there, I just gave you 3 people, the partner and the boss. That's 3. You tell me we don't got no more. I'm sick one day, but yeah, we gotta go collect his money with Izza. Shit, I can't go. My partner can't go by himself. We can't send one more guy. That's 4 people. That's 4 that quick. This is how it works. I want all them names. Don't give me one name. Give me all them names. I'm gonna need all them right there. Let's see. Both Izza and Sabidra also admitted to federal tax crimes. Izza allegedly evaded 6.7 million in taxes in 2021, while Sabidra failed to report $373,000 in income and $146. Let's see. Izza, who has been in federal custody since September 2024. How did I not know about this? Could face up to 35 years in prison. However, I'll say this. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I was gonna say he should get a light sentence, but I forgot they actually did armed robbery and kidnapping. I was just thinking about the financial fallout. If he still got that money, he's good. He gives him that money, he's good. But I forgot. No, you actually pulled out guns and went into people's homes and kidnapped them and took them. Like, this is paid in full. I need y'all to understand this. For those who don't know, look up the movie Paid in Full. This is as gangster as it gets, with a sheriff and sheriffs and a 24-year-old. This is absolutely insane. This guy's ready for government if I've ever seen one. Let me tell you, this guy's ready for government. And to be fair, I mean, hey, you only can face up to 35 years. You had maybe $40 million. Like, you ran it up. This is how it goes. He actually did a good run. I mean, let's say he's 24. They give him 25, 24. You come home by the time you're 49, 50, man. Your thing's still working for a few years. You'll be all right. Let's see. Sabidra, who resigned from LASD, faces up to 13. Wow. Only 13 years. So this guy could literally be coming home right after him. So one guy can come home after 25 years, let's say, and be 49. And one guy can come home, let's say, 13 years, up to 13, 8. He come home at the same age at 49. For Sabidra, this is actually worth it. 13 years max, and you were getting paid $100K a month for 4 years. If you did anything smart with that money and you got into some crypto, like this guy was a crypto exchange operator, is a guy, then this is, I mean, how is that possible though? Armed robbery is only 13 years from a sheriff? Gang. You know what? I was actually just playing with y'all. That was me acting. When I said, how is that possible? I actually know exactly how it's possible. Well, you think the gang stops with the sheriffs? Knock it off. Knock it off. Stop it. You think it stops right there? I just told you there's all type of lawyers and everything else involved in this thing. You think it stops with the no, it don't stop right there. That's all I'm gonna say. It doesn't stop there though. The conduct admitted to in these plea agreements is deeply disturbing and cannot be tolerated. Well, it looks like it can be tolerated if you only give them 13 years. Say U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada. I am grateful for the cooperation of Sheriff Robert Luna and the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department and working with our office to root out corruption and uphold civil rights. Hey, listen, this is a movie, okay? All I did was scratch the surface, people. All I did was scratch the surface. On a serious note, I do stay away from all of that stuff that doesn't involve me or my business because it is legitimately real and organized out here for sure. But this has been a wild 24, 48, 72 hours in crypto. What I want to remind everybody is this. It doesn't matter who the president is, okay? For these purposes, we don't care about that. We care about moving Bitcoin and the crypto market forward and finding wins within that market. Whether you're a technologist and you're like saying, hey, I love crypto, I love Bitcoin, I'm not selling one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin, or if you're here to buy something new and pay some bills, you just want to make some cash, this is what it's all about. So far, so great for 2025, off to a good start. A lot of things could change here in the next few weeks with this task force. A lot of things can change with Trump admin, but like I said, as I see it now, so far it's already a win. All right, what's to come here soon? Interviews. A lot of interviews are coming. I'm actually going to read. I'm going to email Lynn here in the next hour or text her 1 or 2. I got her number too, so I might. I'm going to email. I don't want to text her because she's probably mine on her family right now, as it should be. But I'm about to definitely email her, see if I can get Ross or her on the show here as soon as possible. That'll be the first thing. Then there's a few other things in the background I'm still working on, which will hopefully be done in the next few weeks. Other than this is the show. But though, shout out to Houston. Stay warm. I saw y'all got some snow down there. I saw it as well. Let's see. Shout it out. Let's see. Prospectors say, I heard about this story, the crypto laptop and two suspects story on the news. They left out the part of a sheriff in on it. Oh, on the news, they didn't say the sheriff was in on it. Oh, you already know. You already know. All right. Other than that, people, that is the show for today. Clearly, I went way longer than expected. With that being said, unless it's a crazy news day tomorrow, I'm going to take tomorrow off because I didn't expect to go this long. But I will be back on Friday with some more news. If I said anything wrong today, you disagree, you just want to talk some smack and just rile me up and then tell me I was just messing with you at the end. Whatever, man. Call in. It'll be fun for the internet. We can't hurt each other. I'll see you all on Friday. Smash that like and share. Cheers. Podcast will be updating in like 30 minutes or so.